I was licensed for Springboard in 2002. Prior to that, we didn't have any really formal programs for personal development at the university. It was more training, and at that time we were very interested through our HR strategy to get more involved in the personal development part. And at that point, Springboard, it seemed to fit the bill very well, so that's why I came to be licensed. So having run a number of Springboard courses, which were very successful and got a very good reputation therefore at the university, there was then really the natural request for what else is there in this frame, and we started to look at more leadership and development programs at that point. And the Spring Forward one seemed to fit the bill for that. So we used that for our staff who either want to be managers or supervisors or have just become supervisors or managers. So it fitted really well into what we were wanting to do next. And the same really then happened again a couple of years later when, due to changes in legislation, due to us looking at our workforce and the age of our workforce, we started to look at different development programs for a large group of our staff who are more mature and who were going to possibly stay with us a lot longer if they didn't have to retire at the age of 65. And again, that's when Fresh Steps was there, and it really fitted in well with what we wanted to do at the time. So that's when we introduced Fresh Steps, and I became licensed for that. I really enjoy running all the programs. Personally, for me, it is a very good antidote to the other half of my work because I look after HR administration. So what I get out of running the Springboards is a huge amount of energy, huge amount of pleasure on helping and looking at people developing and helping them, facilitating their development. And that's just the most, I always say it's the best thing I do at the university.
It was very important for me to follow the path of actually doing the licence programme for Springboard and Spring Forward because my portfolio is actually looking at the strategy behind developing personal and professional development within the university. And for me to actually get the feel of the full impact of both of those programmes, I had to make sure that I understood the depth of the programme and what it could offer to our particular staff members to move on forward for the agenda for personal development. And the best way to do it is actually delivering it myself and feeling the impact coming through and understanding also through delivery of the programme and evaluations of both of the programmes to find out what's next for our staff in terms of their personal development and their career pathways as well. Both Bernadette and I co-facilitate on the Springboard programme and we also co-facilitate on the Spring Forward programme as well. We find that very useful because we're dealing with large numbers of staff members coming through. What we're able to actually do is give specific individual attention to the participants coming through with their particular issues or problems that they may come through as part of the process of the modules that we actually deliver coming through. We're able to actually then help each other as well in delivering of the programmes by having a step back when one's facilitating and one can sit back and engage the audience as well to give feedback to each other. So we're able to spring off ideas from each other, think about the promotional aspect of it and think about how we can progress forward with it.
And I think the other aspect is we have very different styles, and I think they complement each other, and I think it's very good for the participants that we have these different styles. It's just a bigger variety of ways of saying things and doing things.
I mean, the other thing that we offer as well, on top of the actual programmes that we do, we also offer coaching on a personal development side of things, and we're both accredited professional coach. So we're able to offer that, and if you're dealing with large numbers of group, we can actually do that away from the programme, but build on the Springboard programme and the Spring Forward programme.
Well, as you've heard, we've run all the other programmes for a number of years, and there has been a lot of questions and a lot of thirst from men at Westminster asking, what about us? That you have a specific program for women. What about men? And that was the motivation really to close the circle and to have the full suite of programs around personal development for all staff groups at the university. I got licensed 3 months ago in March 2011, and it was fantastic. I mean, the actual course was very inspiring, very motivational. It was a very small group of us doing the program, so I think I had more time to actually get a feel for the program, but also I personally gained quite a lot for myself, my own personal development, having all this time to reflect and do all the exercises in the program. So it was a very inspiring experience. We're in the middle of running the FEST program. We started in May. 25th of May was our first day of Navigator. We have 20 men participating, which is fantastic as a FEST program for the university. So I'm really proud for all the work that we've done. And I mean, I think the main work was done from Parliament Bernadette with the success of the other programs. So that was the main factor for men wanting to come onto the program, because there was so much discussion around Springboard and Spring Forward and Fresh Steps. In these turbulent times that we're going through at the moment, I think men should now start looking after each other as well. I think there's been a lot of we've been neglecting our development for quite a long time for whatever reasons that might be, but I think now it's the time to actually look after ourselves, our development, and be prepared for what the future might hold.